Hey, what's up? What's up? It's your girl Nique, and we are going to jump right into this daily scoop. I'm not going to give you guys too much background. Y'all know I got a website. Go to it, visit it, save 15% off with the code Nite Out, all that good stuff. But let's just jump right on in. So I'm going to cover a few stories that's trending all over social media, and basically people are buzzing about, and let you guys know what's going on. So these three individuals have been arrested in connection with the viral video of the young boy where he basically was being approached for his orientation. They basically was coming at him because they said he was doing quote unquote gay stuff, and they cut on the side of his head gay with clippers. A lot of people felt some type of way about this video. He then got removed by CPS. There was like some activist who came forward. They wanted to remove him from the home. He got placed in CPS, and now it's being reported that the three individuals that was involved in the video have also been arrested on top of that. So in this, it says, last month, a disturbing video of a young boy being physically and verbally assaulted for allegedly being gay made its social media rounds. The clip received heavy criticism for its violence as well as concern for the child. Now, according to WSB-TV, Atlanta police have arrested 2 women and 1 man in connection to the video and assault. The suspects are being held at Fulton County Jail. The video begins with the unidentified minor dressed in a red t-shirt being held by the back of his neck by an adult male. Multiple individuals can be heard speaking to the minor with a female voice saying, "Now we gonna show them you getting your A beat." The young boy keeps his eyes low except when he's answering taunting questions from the surrounding individuals, yada, yada, yada. So I shared this on my Instagram. When this actually happened, I shared the video on my Instagram, and I also shared the follow-up video that he came forward, and he basically tried to do damage control. The little boy was talking about it and saying, oh, well, I shouldn't have been doing that kind of stuff. They was just correcting me for doing X, Y, and Z. But, there was an activist who felt like it was wrong. They stepped in. He's removed. They're now arrested for it. So that is the update on that story, and moving on. Now, sad news today has been reported that Keyshia Cole's mother, Frankie, has passed away. Basically, her daughter Elite took to social media first, and she was the first to basically break the news and let people know that she was heartbroken at the fact of seeing her mother in a body bag, and saying that, that's the worst pain ever, and that it was also Frankie's birthday when they found her. Booby, who was married to Keyshia Cole and the father of her first son, also took to social media to talk about it. He posted in a post and he said, "Frank the Bank, I love you forever. From day one, you showed me love. I mean, after you roasted my big A shoes, LOL, it wasn't never a day we saw each other. We weren't laughing about something. Thankful I got to share some real time with someone as real as you. Legends never die. You definitely that in my eyes." Okay. Nicohale, however you say it, Keyshia Cole's second baby daddy, he also took to social media, and he said, "It weighs on you when you genuinely want to help somebody and you don't know how to. As much as she showed her heart, I could never tell what was going through her mind. The love is real, Mama Frankie. Fly high and happy birthday." So both Keyshia Cole baby daddies shared, kind words for her mother. And one of her granddaughters also took to Facebook to basically talk and reflect on Frankie as well. This person says, "Damn, Grandma Frankie, the call I just got on your birthday. I was just finna come see you this week. I just talked to you. Happy birthday, beautiful, and rest in heaven." She also reflected on memories from 2 years ago, saying, that she's going to miss her grandmother, and so on and so forth. So I think this might be Nefertari's daughter. I'm not sure. So also people shared a clip of Frankie talking to Keyshia Cole, and Keyshia Cole saying that she was afraid that one day when she went to go look for her mom, she wouldn't be there. So I'll play a little bit of that clip.
You gotta live for Keyshia. Okay.
You have to live for you and your family, not nobody else.
Okay, but
you don't have to do nothing but die and pay taxes, but you have to move on if anything happened to me. All right, you can mourn, but at the end of the day, you'll see me later up there.
Okay, but I'm saying that's not okay. It's not something to say because that's not going to make me happy in this moment, that moment, and never no moment to not have you.
You gotta live.
Okay, and so also in the interview, there was another snippet that I seen, but I don't have time to go look for it. Basically, in this conversation, Keyshia Cole was saying like, the premise of the conversation was Keyshia Cole, whenever she goes looking for her mom, when her mom basically disappears, she doesn't want that to be, you know, the last time that she sees her. She doesn't want to not be able to find her mom. And basically Frankie was telling her like, I'm always going to be with you even if, you know, I'm not here on earth and things like that. So a lot of people are sharing this interaction that they had. Moving on. So also, Biz Markie passed away over the weekend as well. I didn't pull up a slide for that. So I want to say rest in peace to Biz Markie as well, and rest in peace to Frankie. So I wanted to come to this post right here, and this post says, am I the only one who parents/grandparents treat the word lying like it's a cuss word? And I just read this and I'm like, man, this definitely has to be a black household thing. Like, I come from a household where you couldn't say lying growing up. Like, you couldn't say somebody was lying, even if they were lying. And I never understood, like, why is it bad to say lying? Like, they always wanted you to use another word, like, you got to say that they're not telling the truth or they're not being truthful or something. Like, why is it in the black community that we raise our children that it's wrong to say that somebody's lying when they're lying? We got to substitute it for something else. Like, I know this person can't be the only one because I was raised in a household where it was the same way, and I don't know this person from a can of paint. So it has to be a black household thing. Why do we tell our children the word lying is a bad thing? Like, why? Like, why can't they just say somebody lying if they lying? Let's talk about it. So another thing I wanted to talk about was how Homeboy, who scooped up Simon's girl, is now out with it. They claiming that they started out as best friends, but now they invested in they lovers and they happy together. But it's like, whole time we knew Simon was telling the truth. She done went from the bag to the help, you know, and tried to say that Simon was lying. Whole time they really in a relationship together, child. You can't make this stuff up. Meanwhile, Simon is giving all the flowers to Portia. He's saying that, you know, his respect for her is on a whole different level, not just because Portia makes him happy and makes him a priority, but also looks out for so many others like her family, employees, and business partners, etc. And Portia wanted him to know that it feels good to be loved by him. Okay? Moving on. Now, this right here was a kiki. So this person, I'm not sure what they was replying to, but they basically was telling Mama D, which is Lil Scrappy's mama, that she the GOAT. Like, you the GOAT. And so, you know, old people don't always gather a hold of lingo, even though this is not a young person's lingo. Like, somebody being the greatest of all time and being the GOAT has been since the test of time. Like, LL Cool J even got a song called Greatest of All Times. I think he even had like an album or something. Like, so that just tells you this term has been going on for a long time. Muhammad Ali even called himself the greatest of all time. So the fact that she didn't know that somebody calling her the GOAT was a compliment is the key. So this person says, you're the GOAT. And she replied and said, and you're the cow that keeps on giving. So the lady replies back and she's like, oh, wow, like, it was a compliment, but okay. And Mama D like, oh, I'm sorry, baby. You know I'm an old lady. You got to give me a heads up. Like, this is so funny. Like, imagine trying to compliment somebody, telling them, like, basically, like, you the ish, and they just come and annihilate you with a clapback. Like, what does the cow that keeps on giving even mean? Like, does that mean that she's like a hoe or something? Like, what does that even mean? That's the funny part. Moving on. So a lot of people are talking about this new interview that Safari did on the radio. And he was saying that once you get into a marriage, things get more serious. A lot of people from the comments that I've seen, or he said that it gets more serious than it needs to be. A lot of people from the comments that I've seen, they try to act like they didn't understand what he meant. Like they was like, oh, he's so young-minded. He needs to grow up. You know, he's the problem, yada, 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 yada. But I've heard people say so many times that once you get married, people change. And so when I heard him give his version of saying that people make things more intense when it's married, I've heard that before. But yet when Safari says it, people try to act like it's a foreign concept and they don't get what he's saying. For me, I'm going to play what he said, but for me, what I gather from it is once you get married, people start to act like they have ownership over you. And I've heard that from a lot of people, that sometimes, you know, you'll be cool in a relationship, but once you get married, it's like a flip of a switch. I didn't gather that he was so young-minded or he was so, you know, so problematic. I just gathered that, you know, once you got married, what you thought it was gonna be wasn't really what it was. Like people get into relationships all the time with people and find out that what you thought it was ain't really what it was, basically. But I'm gonna share with you guys what he said.
I think marriage just makes everything way more technical.
Well,
It does. I feel like when you get to live as like boyfriend and girlfriend, like grown man, real talk. I know it may sound childish and immature, but it's like marriage. I just feel like it just makes everything just way more serious than what it needs to be. Everything. Going to the supermarket, going take out the garbage, just everything is way more serious. And I know there's some people who are like, oh, I've been married for 20, 30 years and this, that, and the third. Like, all right, cool, that's great, that's y'all. We live in a different era now. And especially with this era of social media and people letting it really like affect what they do on the daily. Like it's not the same as especially being in the public eye. You know, there's people like, yeah, I've been married for 20, 30 years, but yeah, y'all, everybody in y'all business. Like, this ain't no...
Okay. And a lot of people heard and took it as like, oh well, Safari, you put people in your business. I don't think that Safari puts people in his business nearly as much as Erica does. I feel like yes, he has taken subliminal jabs and things like that, but it's Erica who's trying to air out everything. It's Erica who's going to social media trying to blast him, saying this and that and this and that. Like it's her. And what he's basically saying is you have a relationship, and when you put stuff online and people are in your business, there are some people who take what other people say to heart. He's not saying that, oh, I don't put my business out there. He's not saying that he doesn't do that. What I gather from that is there's individuals who listen to what social media says and lives their life based on what people want them to do versus just living their life for them. That's kind of what I gather from that. But a lot of people gathered something else. It is what it is. Moving on. So Atlanta police want to warn folks to be on the lookout that people are doing these fake scam accidents to try to steal your car. So basically this person right here is on a scooter. They go around, and when they go around, they fake like they hit the car and like they're injured. Once the person gets out the car, then another person across the street runs up into the vehicle to try to take your car. So if you're in the Atlanta area, just be on the lookout for scammers like this. For your safety, you know, just make sure, I don't know what protocol, because if somebody hits your car, the natural thing is to get out and look. But they just want you to be cautious. If somebody hits you with a scooter, sit in your car, I don't know, call the police. I don't even understand how would you do this different. I don't know, stay strapped is all I can say. But just be aware that they are doing this scam. Lastly, Dani Lay finally confirmed her pregnancy. We already knew she was pregnant. We already knew that, but she has finally publicly said it without, leaks being made and everything like that. I feel like since the very beginning we've known she was pregnant, but she has officially showed, her pregnancy maternity photos. She showed that she had a baby shower, and since she showed that she was pregnant, it seemed like she got a new naked pregnant photo every other hour. I'm like, girl, we get it. You're pregnant. We don't got to see you naked every other hour with a new naked photo. Okay, like, girl, what's going on? But that's all for this week's scoop. The last thing I was going to talk about was Camilla and her being mad that her baby wasn't dressed in all white, but I actually have to go. Sorry that this was kind of a rushed daily scoop, but I do want to get into the routine of doing them. Even if I have like a lot going on, I want to get in the routine of still doing them and putting them out so that you guys know that they're coming. I'm going to get a better setup so that we can, go through these a lot faster. But I got a flight to catch. So I'll see y'all when I land back in Cali. Dallas, it has been well, okay? And those of you guys shopping on my website, continue to shop on my website at www.nicohale.com. And you can save 15% off with the code NIGHTOWL. All right, www.nicohale.com, spelled exactly like my channel.